everyone! I hope I can make this a monthly thing. I really want to because I think it's just fun to, well, talk about art supplies, of course. And I want to share with you a few of my September favorites. Some of these may be a little bit boring. I don't know, you tell me, but please leave me a comment and tell me what art supplies are your current favorites, and I would really love to know, you know, maybe I can test some, maybe I'm not familiar with some of those, so please let me know. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and click the notification bell so you'll know every time I post a new video. I do art supplies reviews, journal with me, sketchbook, art journal videos, and also scrapbooking videos, which is where this channel started and kind of moved around to different areas. Okay, let's get started. I'll start with something easy. So I'm gonna go with, this is my love-hate relationship. This is the Signo uniball pen. This is the broad tip. It is the best white gel pen that I have ever tried. I tried several brands, including the other one that I have is the Jelly Roll. This is for me like 2 levels above that. It is the most opaque white pen, which is what I want. My problem with this is probably now my 3rd or 4th pen. And the other 3 that I had worked amazingly until they just stopped working, and not because they ran out. They had a full, lots more ink, but they just stopped working, and no matter how I tried to revive them, I couldn't. And therefore, the hate part in the love-hate relationship. When this pen works, it's amazing, and it keeps, every time one dies on me and lets me down, it takes me a while to bring myself to buy another one. And then when I do, and it works at the beginning, I'm reminded how wonderful it is. So wonderful, I know, not dramatic at all. So yeah, you know, take that under consideration. Maybe you've had better luck with it. Maybe if you haven't tried it, and you will have better luck with it. But I have had 3 die on me, so I don't know, we'll see how long this lasts. While they work, they are beautiful. I use it as accents on my watercolor sketches most of the time. That's what I mainly use it. So the next one I think is a bit more fun. So this is my neutrals palette, and I have several watercolor palettes, let's be real here. But my other one, which I have a video, and I will link it here. Is that where it links? You know, I will link it. Wherever it links, I will put a link to my other palette, which is what I use mostly. But this is kind of the accompanying palette to it, and it's my neutral color palette. I will try to do a video showing you which colors are in here. But I also like to mix a lot of my neutrals, and I use my rainbow palette for that. But I have discovered that it's, with my other palette, most of the colors there are very light and bright, so I can't really get very deep shades, and I do find those to be essential in many sketches. It adds, you know, shadow, depth, different values. So yes, I have been reaching for this one, especially the top row, which has the darkest colors, and also the grays here. I'll definitely do I'll swatch this palette for you so you can see all the colors. But in the meantime, until that video is done, I will put in the description box all the colors that are in my palette. Now, mind you, this is a mixture, and some of these are from Etsy and probably no longer available. So just be mindful. And especially the color that I'm kind of surprised that I'm really enjoying is the color, if you know me, you're gonna be shocked now, so sit down. It's the color Perylene Green. And this one is from Schmincke. I have the Schmincke one. This is just a very deep black green, they call it. And the pigment used here in the Schmincke one is BK31. So BK, I'm guessing, is black, 31. And I love this color, even though green is probably one of my least favorite colors to paint with, along with brown. Well, it depends on the shade of green. That's not true. I don't dislike all greens, but this green is just very deep, very muted, and I use it a lot with Perylene Violet. These two mixed together really create a beautiful gray, kind of very deep gray that I love using on backgrounds, on shadows. And yeah, this is just, I'm loving it. And now I'm working on, you know, more autumn inspired sketches. So I definitely feel the need, you know, now that summer is over, I feel the need to have some more deeper shades, and this is just a really beautiful one. I really love it. Okay, next up, I will talk about, I mentioned this probably in every video that I'm sketching, because that's the sketchbook that I'm using right now. And again, love-hate relationship. So I've mentioned this before also, I don't know if on my channel or just on Patreon, but I am slowly switching to vegan-friendly art supplies. I'm always amazed how animal products are in everything. And yeah, so that brings me to the sad story of this sketchbook. But if this is not a concern for you, then of course you can make your own choices. This is my current sketchbook. I have a few more pages and then I'll be done, and I'll show you, of course, a flip through of this. This is the Khadi rough paper, 20 centimeters on 25 centimeters, hardcover sketchbook. It is beautiful. The paper has this beautiful texture. I don't know if yeah, I think you can see that. And I'm really, really enjoying it. Besides the texture, I feel like the paper in the sketchbook is really what I'm looking for in my watercolor paintings. It doesn't dry too fast, and I feel like I can get really nice transitions and just a really nice distribution of pigment and water when I paint with this. So I'm really, really enjoying it. And I have a few other sketchbooks. Back to the vegan thing. So the paper here in the journal, in the Khadi journal, is sized with gelatin, which I have to do some research on because I'm not exactly sure what that process, sizing with gelatin, means. But gelatin comes from animal bones, and I don't want to purchase such products in the future, so I probably won't repurchase this. I still have a few other journals from Khadi to use up. I have a bit of a stash, but yeah. So if you don't see this one in the future, it's not because I don't like it, because I really, really do. I think it's fantastic. I really like the size. It worked really well for me as a sketchbook, and I love the rough paper. It also has these edges, what are they called? Deckled edges, which are beautiful. And the whole thing looks kind of handmade. It doesn't look like it was made in a big factory. I think these are made in India, so hopefully the people making it are, you know, well paid. And I don't know, I'm just trying to make more ethical choices. If you're searching for a beautiful watercolor sketchbook and you like rough paper, and yeah, Khadi is a great choice. So I've been really enjoying this. I try to use it every day, and it's beautiful. Last recommendation for today, and leave me a comment if you want like a full review of this book. This is the Haines Color and Light in watercolor, and this is a new edition, so there are some added tutorials to this book. So if you're not familiar with Jean Haines, she's a wonderful watercolor artist. She has a very, I would say, unique style. Her work is very recognizable, and I think probably when she started painting this way, I'm not sure it was such a popular style, but I feel like in the last recent years, it definitely became more popular. This very loose, expressive, explosion of colors type of watercolor painting, which is a lot more suggestive than, you know, it looks more like a very free painting and not like a photograph. So it's not very realistic, but beautiful. I personally love it. And she has several books. Now this book, I don't think this is a beginner's book. I think this is a wonderful book if you are more advanced in your knowledge of watercolors, techniques, color theory, that sort of thing. I think it's a very inspiring book, and that's why I particularly enjoyed it. It took me, I think, 3 evenings to read. I actually read, you know, every single word in this book. It has how many pages? 126 pages. And, you know, most of the pages have just a little bit of wording in it. I found it very inspiring. I found it kind of refreshing and giving me a different way of thinking about things, thinking about what I'm painting. And I'll talk a little bit more about it in my next studio chat or studio vlogs videos, when I show you kind of the stuff that I've been playing with or sketching, painting, whatever. It has, so as I said, I don't think if you're a beginner this is a book for you, but if you yourself, or if you know someone who is a watercolor artist or hobbyist, it sounds like a hobbit, you know what I mean, an amateur or whatever, not a total beginner, I think this would be a beautiful addition to your library or a present. It does have some step-by-step instructions which are very good, and I think would be fairly okay to follow. I mean, you know, she's painted for decades, and I don't think you can just grab a book and start painting like Jean Haines, but the tutorials in this book are good and detailed, and you can definitely follow them. I don't know, I have an issue with following step-by-step instructions to the T, so I mostly use this as an inspiration book, but it does have some good tutorials that I think you could easily follow, in the sense that the photos are very well made. So you can really see, here's an example, you can really see a step-by-step demonstration. If you prefer to watch video tutorials, then Jean Haines has several of them. I have watched some of them. They are also good. Again, I feel like what's good about this book is that it gives you a point of view and a way to think about what you're painting, as opposed to trying to copy or watching a specific demonstration of, I don't know, how to paint roses, for example. So while I did enjoy the video tutorials from Jean Haines, I will link you to them below. It's on the Artist Network. You can buy separately these tutorials, but if you sign up for their like monthly plan, you get access to everything, and it costs, I think, $19. I was part of that program. This is not a sponsored video. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not getting anything from this particular recommendations. The product links, some of them are affiliate links, and I write that below, but this one in particular is just my experience as a satisfied customer. If you are in the market for tutorials by some wonderful artists in a variety of mediums and techniques, the Artist Network TV is, I think, one of the best online resources. you pay $19 a month and you have access to so much stuff. Right now, I just don't have the time. And honestly, sometimes I feel frustrated when I watch too much content from really great artists that are like years ahead in their journey and skill and development and everything. And sometimes I feel that is frustrating, and I just don't have the time for that right now. But when I do want to learn something specific, that's one of the places that I go to, and they really have awesome, wonderful videos. They're all high quality, step-by-step instructions. I highly recommend it. Sorry, this is getting way too long. So yeah, but if you want a book, then as I said, for inspiration and thinking about light and color in a bit a different way. And I do feel like after reading this, it gave me a different perspective and a bit more confidence to try things in my sketches that I feel paid off. So that's my personal experience. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one very soon, I promise.